What if I told you the fate of Earthrealm hangs on a single bloodline, born in fire, tragedy, and vengeance? Today, we dive into the brutal saga of Mortal Kombat, where an ancient prophecy collides with a modern fight for survival. Japan, 1617. In a quiet village, the legendary ninja Hanzo lives peacefully with his clan. Peace shatters when the assassin Bihan invades while Hanzo steps away to fetch water. Hanzo's wife hides their baby beneath the floorboards and tries to flee with their young son, but Bihan blocks the path. Refusing to betray Hanzo's location, she faces Bihan's icy power, and in a heartbreaking instant, mother and child are frozen and killed. Hanzo hears the screams and sprints home, grief turning to fury as he carves through hidden assassins with ruthless precision, swinging a rope-tied kunai like a storm. He finally clashes with Bihan. The duel is vicious, blades ringing, ice against iron will. Hanzo fights like a man with nothing left to lose, but Bihan is relentless and brings him down. As Hanzo lies dying, a magical flame consumes his body and it vanishes, leaving the hidden baby behind, rescued moments later by the thunder god Ryden. The prophecy lives. Hanzo's bloodline will one day unite champions strong enough to save Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat. Centuries pass. In the present day, Cole is an MMA fighter with grit, heart, and more losses than he wants to admit. Watching from the crowd is Jax, a Special Forces soldier who notices the dragon-shaped mark on Cole's chest. Cole shrugs it off as a weird birthmark. Jax knows better. That symbol means you've been chosen. Elsewhere in Outworld, Bihan has become Sub-Zero, enforcer to the soul-stealing sorcerer Shang Tsung. Terrified of the prophecy, Shang Tsung decides to cheat, again, and orders Sub-Zero to hunt Earth's champions before the tournament even begins. That night, in the middle of summer, snow starts to fall. Ice creeps over windows, tables, asphalt. Sub-Zero steps into the street and turns a city block into a freezer. Jax races in, scoops up Cole and his family, and peels away, pressing an address into Cole's hand. "Find Sonya." Moments later, Jax faces Sub-Zero alone. Courage isn't enough. Sub-Zero shatters Jax's arms and leaves him for dead. Cole follows the lead to a junkyard and runs straight into Sonya Blade's Special Forces and all business. After testing him, she shows the wall covered in research. The Dragon Mark, a secret tournament, champions chosen to defend Earthrealm. Their third wheel is a prisoner, Kano, a foul-mouthed mercenary who carries the mark because he killed a previous champion. Before they can digest any of this, acid melts a hole through the ceiling and something turns invisible. Reptile crashes the party. Chaos erupts. Gunfire, knives, acid, sparks, and after a savage brawl, Kano rips out Reptile's heart, grinning like he just won a prize fight. Kano claims he knows the way to Ryden's temple. A rickety flight and a desert drop later, the trio trudges across dunes until a fireball lands at their feet. Enter Liu Kang, a champion of Earthrealm who leads them through hidden tunnels to the temple. There they meet Kung Lao and, finally, Lord Ryden. The Thunder God isn't impressed. Earth has lost 9 tournaments in a row. One more loss and Outworld takes everything. If these are Earth's best hopes, they need miracles, and fast. Training begins. Cole steps into the arena and is promptly dismantled by Kung Lao's spinning hat and surgical footwork. Kano gets roasted by Liu Kang in seconds, then spends dinner taunting everyone until his rage finally sparks his arcana, a laser eye that blasts a hole in the wall. Sonya, who doesn't have a mark, isn't allowed to train. She checks on Jax, who's alive, and waking up with fragile mechanical arms that look more like a curse than a second chance. Cole keeps grinding, bleeding, losing, trying to figure out what actually drives him to fight. Ryden studies him and realizes the truth. Cole is Hanzo's descendant. The lineage that prophecy spoke of runs through him. Still, Ryden sees a man not yet ready and sends Cole home to protect his family. Shang Tsung isn't waiting. He gathers his killers and sends the speed demon Cabal to recruit the temple's weakest link. Old grudges and quick cash make easy work of Kano's loyalty. One laser blast takes down the device powering Ryden's barrier, and Outworld's warriors pour in like smoke. The temple erupts into war. Jax is crushed early by General Reiko's hammer. Sonya tries to hold off Melina but is gutted and spared only because she lacks the mark. Liu Kang scrambles against Cabal's blinding speed. Kung Lao senses the winged vampire Natara diving from the shadows, positions his spinning hat like a buzzsaw, and rides her straight into a fatality that would make the elder gods look away. His triumph lasts seconds. Shang Tsung grabs him and drains his soul as Liu Kang arrives, helpless to do anything but scream. Back on Earth, Cole's nightmare arrives in hulking flesh. Goro. The four-armed monster smashes through Cole's life, tearing apart the family's shed and tossing Cole like a rag doll. With his wife and daughter seconds from death, something inside Cole finally ignites. His arcana blazes to life, golden armor that drinks in punishment and forges twin tonfa blades from the impact. The momentum flips. Cole breaks Goro's arm, carves through muscle, and drives steel home. The monster falls. Destiny accepted. Ryden feels the bloodline awaken and pulls Cole back into the void, a safe space between realms where the champions regroup. This time, they fight smart. Ryden hands Cole Hanzo's kunai, the blade of his ancestor, and splits the team across battlegrounds to pick fair fights. Jax embraces his second chance, his arms evolving into a brutal upgrade as he crushes Reiko's skull like a tin can. Sonya tracks Kano to her home, outwits the laser with a broken bottle and a well-timed feint, and ends him with a garden gnome to the eye, earning the dragon mark and her arcana in the same heartbeat. Liu Kang adapts to Cabal's velocity, chains flaming kicks, and summons a dragon of fire that devours his enemy whole. Cole faces Melina and survives her teleporting ambush long enough for Sonya to arrive and vaporize Melina with a clean, glowing blast through the torso. Earthrealm finally looks like it has a shot. Then Sub-Zero plays his cruelest card. He kidnaps Cole's family and lures him to an ice-entombed gym. The cold creeps into Cole's armor, into his bones, into his resolve. Sub-Zero knocks the blade from his hands, freezes his weapons, and smothers the fight out of him. Cole grabs Hanzo's kunai in desperation. It bites his hand and draws blood. The blood meets steel, and the steel remembers. Fire blooms. Chains rattle. A figure steps from the blaze, the specter of vengeance himself. Hanzo Hasashi, reborn. Scorpion. Fire meets ice in a duel that feels like it's been waiting centuries. Sub-Zero summons shards and clones. Scorpion snaps the chain and yanks him into lethal range, katana flashing, kunai tasting frost. Cole hammers at the ice imprisoning his family while Scorpion battles the demon who took everything from him. Sub-Zero manipulates Scorpion's blood into a blade and drives it home. Scorpion refuses to fall. Rage burns hotter than ice. He ignites, melts the cage, frees Cole's family, and together with Cole turns the fight. Chains snare, blades bite. Scorpion inhales, and the breath of hell roars out, washing Sub-Zero in flame until nothing remains but charred armor and ash. Scorpion looks to Cole, bloodline to bloodline, and tells him to protect what they've both fought for, then slips back into the fire like a promise kept. The dust settles. The team reunites. Shang Tsung arrives just long enough to collect Sub-Zero's remains and vow revenge before Ryden's lightning forces him to retreat. The Thunder God reminds them the real tournament hasn't even started. This was only the opening gambit. Earthrealm needs more champions, more resolve, more unity. Cole knows where to begin. The legacy isn't over. It's only getting started.